You know, it's like we are like a plague, you see. We are like, how can I put it?
No sufficient words to describe the treatment facing ex-prisoners.
No one loves a prisoner, truly, yeah. That's the truth, yeah. So the eye they look at you with, yeah, is not, I can say, is not favorable.
An indication of the surmounting challenges in the criminal justice system in Kenya, Teddy Rogers, an excellent footballing talent of his generation, now free after a near 2 decades of duration behind bars. My quest to find answers on the future and what happens to prisoners once they are freed takes me to deep inside Kenya's Eastlands area in the capital, Nairobi. Eastlands is a place attributed with low income level and a large population. Kiari Mwangi, through his community-based organization, Fariji, Comfort in Swahili, is on a mission to change the fate of ex-convicts for the better. But what has pushed Kiari to this path?
During my days of day-to-day work, I realized many young boys were getting incarcerated. And more so sports personalities. It got me thinking about the ecosystem and what are the factors that made them go to jail. So out of personal initiative, I started to visit Kamiti Maximum Prison, which is located about 28 kilometers east of Nairobi. And in between my visitation, I met many ex-footballers incarcerated.
Behind me is Nairobi River, but if you look at it, the water is really contaminated. Now, this is one of the slums located in Eastlands. Eastlands is one of the places that here in Kenya is accused of having the highest crime rate. Now, the problem is not about the crime rate. It's about reforming, rehabilitating, and reintegrating those who end up in jails or in prisons or in remand.
As we come out of prison, we are stigmatized. Yeah, we know we are like, you know, the mindset of people outside here about a prisoner, you see, is not kind of, I can say, conducive to us.
One of the ways of reintegration is by bringing together the ex-offenders to the community, unveiling them to the community, engaging the community and telling them they are ex-offenders, but there is a God of second chance.
Teddy might be 2 years out of prison, but he cherishes the moment Kiari and Fariji came through to comfort them in prisons.
What Kiari is doing in integration and the rehabilitation, it helps people like me who has just came out of prison and they need support. Yeah, they need to get back to their family, to get back to the community.
We have formed a football team. We call it Team X. And our vision is to outreach to the community with the people so that one, we can play football with them. Two, we can use the opportunity to let the community know that our brothers are back.
The bond bred with those behind bars in some of Kenya's largest prisons is now becoming a brotherhood to secure the future of ex-prisoners and their families.
At that, what he did to us, as he came, he brought us teams, he brought us kits. So it was, every prisoner was happy and felt like loved. You know when someone is behind bars, he feels alone. So such issue, yeah, coming with outside guests, teams. So it was a very great impact for us. We used football as a fitness. Secondly, prisoners are people who are stressed. At that time, when we play soccer, you forget what he was thinking about, so we concentrate on football. So it was a very great impact.
Fariji also works with the children of the incarcerated to protect the future and end the crime cycle. Givinji is one of the actively involved community members and one of the officials of Fariji.
Children are innocent, as you can see. They play with no worry. They don't know about the crime, so we try to help them. We are trying to incorporate the children of the convicts and the prisoners so that they don't end up in crime themselves. So we are trying to help them so that we break the cycle of crime. We try to bring them back to the community so that they don't follow their parents' footsteps.
We understand the dysfunctional families is part of the vulnerable ways where children get to prison. We want to be the anchor. We want to be the comfort, as the name Fariji suggests. 92% of the prison population in Kenya today is men. And out of the 92%, 72% of them, of the population, is aged between 18 to 35 years. That is the youthful, that's the engaged population, that's the family unit population, and they're incarcerated.
Even as ideological challenges related to religion affects the community, Fariji works with members from different faiths in order to create awareness on the situation of the prisoners. Hassan Abdallah works with the community here to fight the ideological perceptions about the situation of prisoners and ex-convicts.
Whenever someone has been released from prison, people view him as a Muslim, as a Christian. Whether you are Muslim, you are Christian, we want to remove that stigma, that ideology of saying this person is a Muslim, that person is a Christian. So as Fariji, what we've been doing is to remove that stigma, that ideological where people are seen from their religion background.
Fariji now targets female ex-prisoners even as the women remain fearful of the stigma awaiting them once they come out publicly.
We would wish to have a conversation with the gender, with women, because they are also women offenders and they're women ex-offenders, and getting back to the societies, to their families.
Since it's a second chance, then give us the whole, not just a piece. Yeah, give us the whole cake.
Whereas the reforming, the rehabilitating and reintegrating of prisoners remains a challenge here in Kenya, all seems not to be lost with efforts such as Fariji Solutions and Kiari Mwangi giving another page to start for ex-prisoners in order to make them significant members of the society.